Hey guys, a few months ago I reviewed these Nintendo Switch portable docking adapters and I have them set up again. And these are really useful. They're a nice supplement to the official Nintendo dock because they're significantly cheaper, significantly smaller, and they just give you an alternative method of connecting your Switch to a monitor, a television, or in this case, a capture card. So that's what I'm doing just now. I'm capturing the game footage. So this one here, this adapter, which was my preference, I thought this one was a little bit better. This one's connected to my Elgato 4K Pro, and this one is connected to my Elgato HD60X, and both of them are connected to my PC right now, and more for the cameras as well. Now, on that video review, I received a question for Redline19987766, and he posted a question a few days ago saying, the most interesting question is, which mobile dock can currently be used for Nintendo Switch 2? A very good question, and one which I'm going to answer in this video. But I will preface that by saying I can only test these ones. There's a lot of third-party, HDMI docking adapters for the Nintendo Switch. I have no doubt we're going to see more for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. But as far as all the ones that are out in the market for the Nintendo Switch, I cannot test them. Some might work, some might not work. Bear in mind, the Nintendo Switch had a max output of 1080p at 60 Hz, whereas the Switch 2 has a max output of 4K at 60 Hz or 60 frames per second if you're playing games. And that's obviously different. These say that they're 4K 30, but I mean, this is one of the problems when you get with, buy Chinese products, etc. This is a max output of 4K 60 Hz, which is kind of around the HDMI 2.0 specifications. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what HDMI version this is. It must be lower than 2.0. But when you buy Chinese products, sometimes the specifications are not correct. On my tech channel that I've got on YouTube, I've reviewed capture cards, for example, that say they've got a 4K resolution, when really it's just 720p native, which has been blown up to 4K. So sometimes they're not honest about the specifications. Now, by the fact that this goes up to 4K 30, my assumption was that this was going to work. These adapters was going to work, maybe at 1080p. That was my assumption. But I have been testing these and I've just not been able to get them to work. So if I take the power delivery cable out from this one, I'm going to put it into this one here for power delivery. And I have reviewed these before. Both of these adapters will work with the Nintendo Switch, but we obviously want to test this one now. And what I'm going to do now is show the Elgato HD60X, and you can see it still says no signal. So right now, this adapter, this capture card, is going right into the Nintendo Switch 2. And when you go to the settings area and you go down to display, you can see that it is recognizing something. It's got 720p and it's got 1440p, which is just bizarre why it's giving me these limited options. So it's like it recognizes something, but it doesn't. Now, bear in mind though, this isn't recognizing the connection here properly. It's obviously recognizing this adapter, but my understanding was that it would go through that into the capture card, and the capture card would define what resolution was being used. But I've tried a lot of things and I just cannot get it to work. So I've performed a lot of tests on my capture cards. I've changed resolutions and frame rates, and I've reviewed the settings on the Switch 2 as well, but nothing so far has worked. But ultimately, these adapters are set up to just work like a dock. And by that, I mean that when you connect the cable, it should just work. It should just dock. It should just capture the image and send it to your monitor or your television, or in this case, my capture card. And you can see that it works. It works right away. Granted, this particular adapter is a little bit slower than that one. There's like a delay for a second or two. But yeah, these adapters I thought would work. They don't. I'm not sure if third-party options will work. I don't know the technical reason for that right now, but my suspicion is that these adapters here do not meet the requirements, whatever they may be, of the Switch 2. So what could those requirements be? Well, the Type-C connection obviously is a lot faster now. Nintendo might have set up something to say only Nintendo official accessories, but my guess is that these just don't provide enough power, or they don't have enough bandwidth. And bandwidth is probably the big one. That if they don't have, as fast a connection as this is looking for docking, it just doesn't work. And I suspect that's what is happening here. Very good question, but the answer to that question, can Nintendo Switch portable docking adapters be used with the Switch 2? Well, it's not conclusive, but for the adapters that I have, the answer is no. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, please do post them down below. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, take care.